You've been doing this wrong your whole life. Every time you grab that wire brush, that grinder, that sandpaper, and you scrape rust off metal, you're fighting a battle you cannot win. Because 3 days later, sometimes 3 hours later, it comes back. And it comes back angry. But what if removing rust was actually making things worse? What if the very act of grinding it off was resetting the clock, guaranteeing it comes back faster, in the same spot, every single time? Every year, rust quietly destroys tools, vehicles, structures, and machines that could have been saved. Billions of dollars gone, not because the metal was too far gone, but because people kept fighting rust the wrong way. And what if there was a $2 fix sitting on the shelf at your hardware store that doesn't remove the rust at all, but turns it into the very thing that protects the metal? Stay with this, because by the end, you'll see two identical pieces of metal, one wire brushed, one converted, after 3 weeks of outdoor exposure. The result is not close. Look at this. Take a piece of metal that's been sitting outside, fully rusted. Deep orange, surface rough, almost powdery in spots. Run your finger across it and it comes off on your skin. It smells like old pennies and rain. The kind of rust people look at and say that's done, throw it away, left unchecked. This reaction doesn't stop. It works inward, layer by layer, until there's nothing solid left. Now watch, apply one thing, let it sit. Over the next few minutes, something strange happens. The orange starts to darken, it shifts, almost like the metal is changing its mind. By the time you come back, the surface is dark gray, almost black, firm to the touch, no more powder, no more flaking. Run your finger over it now, nothing comes off, it's locked in. That is rust conversion, and once you understand how it works, you'll never reach for a wire brush the same way again. Here's the core idea, and it changes everything. Rust is iron oxide, your metal reacting with oxygen and moisture. Traditional thinking says, destroy it, grind it off, sand it down, blast it away. But here's the problem, that process never gets all of it. There's always a tiny bit left in the pores of the metal, and that tiny bit, that's your restart point. That's why rust always comes back in the exact same spot. Here's where it gets interesting. Rust conversion flips that logic completely. Instead of removing the rust, a chemical reaction transforms it into something stable. Something that bonds to the metal and creates a barrier. You're not fighting the rust, you're recruiting it. The rust becomes the protection, but understanding what that means and how to actually make it last is a two-part process. Most people only ever do half of it. Let's start with the first part, two things. Phosphoric acid, sold as rust converter or navel jelly at any hardware store, usually $2 to $3. And linseed oil, raw or boiled, a few more dollars. That's the entire system, but for now, focus on the first product. Because this is where the transformation begins. Step 1, deal with the loose stuff. You're not trying to remove all the rust, just what won't hold. Wire brush, your hand, a rag, whatever you have. Knock off the chunks already falling away on their own, flaking, lifting, peeling, rust gone. But the rust that's bonded to the surface, embedded in the metal? Leave it, that's your raw material. Don't over-prepare. You're not trying to get back to bare metal. If you do that, you've missed the entire point. Step 2, apply the phosphoric acid. Brush it on, spray it, wipe it. Every rusted area needs contact. Old paintbrush, foam applicator, a rag you're throwing away anyway. Right now, it just looks wet, nothing impressive yet. Step 3, let the reaction happen. Walk away. Here's what's actually happening beneath the surface. The phosphoric acid is making contact with the iron oxide, and instead of dissolving it, it's reacting with it. Binding to it, restructuring it at a molecular level into something entirely different. Light surface rust, 15 to 20 minutes. Heavier rust, up to an hour. Watch the surface, not the clock. The orange disappears. A darkening begins, gray, dark gray, almost black in some spots. That color change is the proof. Iron oxide becoming iron phosphate, stable, hard, bonded, doesn't flake. Doesn't spread when the surface has fully shifted color, wipe away any excess. Rinse lightly if you want, either way, fully dry before the next step. This is where everything changes because this is only half the process. Most people see that dark surface and think the job is done, they move on. And weeks later, they're confused when the rust starts creeping back at the edges. The conversion worked, but without the second step, it won't hold. And here's the part most people completely miss. Converted rust is stable, but it's still porous. Moisture can still penetrate those microchannels in the surface. You've neutralized the rust, but you haven't sealed the door. What actually makes this last is the step almost no one talks about. Step 4. Seal with linseed oil. Apply a thin coat over the converted surface. Work it in. It soaks into the pores, into the microtexture of the converted layer, and polymerizes over time, hardens into a flexible, water-resistant barrier right over the surface. 1 coat is good, 2 thin coats is better. Let it cure between coats. Raw linseed oil takes longer. Boiled linseed oil cures faster, either works. After the second coat, dark, sealed, significantly more resistant to moisture than bare metal ever was. For decades, this 2-step process has been used quietly in restoration shops and industrial settings. The conversion, the seal, one without the other is an incomplete job. Remove the loose rust, apply acid, watch the reaction. Seal with oil for steps, to products, to dollars. What happens if you skip the sealing step? Think of it like turning sand into stone. The stone is better, but rain hard enough for long enough, and even stony roads. Skip the linseed oil and you've done half the job. In dry indoor conditions, the converted surface might hold for months. But the moment it sees repeated humidity, condensation, weather cycles, it starts oxidizing again, slowly, quietly, until one day the dark gray has gone orange at the edges again. The linseed oil is what makes this a system, not just a reaction, a result. Common mistakes: most people make at least one. Mistake 1. Removing too much rust before applying. People go hard with the angle grinder. Get the metal looking almost clean, then apply converter. But if you've removed all the rust, the converter has nothing to react with. You've applied acid to bare metal. That's etching, not conversion. The bonded rust is your raw material. Leave it. Mistake 2. Applying too thick a coat. More product does not mean more protection. Apply too thick and the outer layer reacts, while the inner layer stays wet and unreacted. Tacky, uneven surface. Poor bond, thin and even. Let it work. Mistake 3. Not waiting long enough. You check at 10 minutes. It's still orange. You add more product. The reaction needs time, humidity, temperature, rust depth, all affect speed. Walk away, let the color change tell you when it's done. Mistake 4. Painting before the oil cures. If you're adding a top coat, the linseed oil must be fully cured first. Paint over wet or tacky oil and you get bubbling, peeling, adhesion failure. The whole job falls apart. Wait, it saves you a redo. Now 2 identical pieces of metal, both with moderate surface rust. Piece 1. Wire brush to near bare metal. Wipe down, left exposed. Piece 2. Loose rust removed. Converter applied, sealed with 2 coats of linseed oil. 3 weeks, same outdoor exposure. Morning dew, afternoon sun, occasional rain. Piece 1. Fresh orange rust starting in the exact same spots you brushed. Bare metal in open air is simply waiting to oxidize. You reset the clock, you didn't change the outcome. Piece 2. Still dark gray, still sealed. Some surface dust, no active rust, no spreading, the converted surface held. Watch this part because this is where it lands. The wire brushed piece took 20 minutes of hard work and got worse results. The converted piece took 5 minutes of light prep and outlasted it by months. The method that feels more aggressive isn't better, it just feels productive in the moment. That feeling has been costing you time and metal for years. In restoration shops and industrial settings, this is standard practice. Chassis restorers, structural steel contractors, marine engineers. They don't grind everything back to bare, they convert, they seal. Because at scale, that process is faster, more reliable, and far more durable than mechanical removal alone. The same chemistry protecting a ship hull in a $2 bottle at your hardware store, most people walk right past it. Here's where it fails, you need to know this. Constantly submerged metal, drainage pipes, anything permanently wet. This won't hold indefinitely. Moisture wins eventually, maintenance required. Heavy mechanical stress, constant friction, hard impact, repeated flexing, the converted layer can chip. Tough, but not invincible, structural rust, metal so compromised it's thin or crumbling. Chemistry can't save it. That needs replacement. Where it performs best, surface rust and moderate corrosion on tools, frames, equipment, outdoor structures. The majority of rust problems most people actually deal with. And for those, this method dramatically outperforms grinding alone. Years of extended life. Not forever, years, that's the honest expectation, and it's a genuinely useful one. Think about where this applies, your tool collection. Chisels, plain bodies, wrenches in a drawer. 5 minutes instead of 20, stabilized, sealed, ready. Vehicle frames and undercarriages, road salt, moisture, debris, brutal combination. Convert the surface rust before undercoating and you get a bond that grinding alone can't match. Outdoor furniture and structures, metal chairs, wrought iron fencing, a fire pit through 3 winters. One afternoon resets them for another season or 2. Exhaust systems, heat cycling and moisture, constant rust pressure. Conversion before high-temp paint gets deeper into the surface and gives the top coat something real to grip. Vintage machinery, old vices, drill presses, hand planes. Preserve the patina, stop the rust without destroying what makes the piece worth keeping. Anywhere you see surface rust, this logic applies. Here's the deeper shift. Most people lose the battle against rust because of framing. Rust is the enemy, it invaded your metal, destroy it. That mindset leads to aggressive, incomplete removal, followed by a patch job that fails in months. Change the frame. Rust is a material, unstable, yes, but a material that can be chemically stabilized and put to work. Once you see it that way, everything changes. You're not removing, you're converting. You're using the rust itself as your starting point and transforming it into something that works for you. Less time, less labor, less money, longer-lasting results. $2 and a different way of seeing the problem. One more time, clean and fast. Wire brush off anything loose, bonded rust stays. Apply phosphoric acid converter to the full rusted area. Walk away. Watch for the color shift from orange to dark gray or black. That's your signal. Wipe, dry, thin coat of linseed oil. Let it cure. Second thin coat for maximum protection. Done. Paint over it once the oil cures. The converted layer grips primer better than bare metal. More texture, better bond, or leave it as is. The dark gray sealed finish has its own look. On tools and equipment, it's satisfying. That even, lockdown tone that says this metal has been worked and cared for. The wire brush has its place. Precision welds, tight tolerances, bare metal finishing. Use it there. But for most rust, in most situations, the smarter move is to stop treating rust like an enemy and start treating it like raw material. Convert it, seal it, move on. Somewhere right now, there's a tool in a drawer. A gate hinge slowly going orange. A truck frame absorbing another winter. Metal that still has years left in it, quietly losing that time to a process that could have been stopped with $2 and 20 minutes. You weren't losing to rust. You were losing to the idea that you had to fight it. Change the idea. Change the outcome. Stop fighting the rust. Put it to work.